Okay, we're in lesson 5.5, doing example 9, solve a trig equation. Notice that I have a situation where I have a sine of u plus sine of v situation. And so I know that the sine of u plus the sine of v is equal to 2 times the sine of u plus v divided by 2 times the cosine of u minus v divided by 2. Okay? I'll put the numbers in, so it'll be 2 times the sine of, well, u is 5x, v is 3x. 5 plus 3 is 8x, divided by 2 is 4x, times the cosine of 5 minus 3 is 2x, divided by 2 is cosine of x, equal to 0. Divide both sides by 2 to get the sine of 4x, cosine of x equals 0. This is already in kind of what we call factored form, so sine of 4x equals 0, cosine of x equals 0. For the cosine of x equal to 0, we know it's x. We know cosine means x, so x is 0 at 0 comma 1 and 0 comma negative 1. So that's pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. For the sine of 4x equals 0, we know the sine is 0 at 0 and pi, because y is 0 there. And so you would have 4x equals 0, 4x equals pi. So x equals 0, x equals pi over 4. We're solving all the way from 0 to 2 pi, so this is where it gets a little more tricky. We know that the sine is 0 at every pi units. How do we know that? Because it's the sine is 0 at 0, then pi, then again at 2 pi, then again at 3 pi, then again at 4 pi, then again at 5 pi, then again at 6 pi, so on and so forth. And so since I divided that sine, those numbers by 4, I know now that the sine is going to be 0 for sine of 4x is going to be 0 at every pi over 4 units. And so my answers are 0, pi over 4, add a pi over 4 to get pi over 2, then add another one to get 3 pi over 4, then add it again to get pi, add pi over 4 again to get 5 pi over 4, add it again to get 3 pi over 2, add pi over 4 again to get 7 pi over 4. If I add pi over 4 again to get 2 pi, well, I cross that one out because 2 pi is not included in the original thing. So this one itself, that should be a 5, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 answers. This one appeared here, and that one appeared there, so I don't have to write them twice. Okay? Kind of a tough problem, but I know it should make sense with the fact that you have to add pi over 4 all the way up until you get to 2 pi. Go ahead and try number 89, please, on your own, and then come back. Okay, so I'm using the same formula, the one that says it's 2 sine of u plus v divided by 2, cosine of u minus v divided by 2. I'm using that formula to solve this problem. You should have it in front of you with your formula reference sheet. So I take 2 times the sine of 6 plus 2 is 8, divided by 2 is 4x, plus, not plus, times. The cosine of 6 minus 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 2x, equals 0. Divide by 2, I get the sine of 4x, the cosine of 2x equal to 0. Therefore, the sine of 4x equals 0, the cosine of 2x equals 0. Well, we've already discovered the sine of 4x equals 0 in the previous problem. So we know that one is 0, pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, pi, add another 1/4, 5 pi over 4, add another 1/4, 3 pi over 2, add 1/4 one more time, and 7 pi over 4. So basically 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4. So all those. What about this one where the cosine of 2x equals 0? Well, cosine is equal to 0 at pi over 2, so you have 2x equals pi over 2, and 2x equals 3 pi over 2. So now it's x equals pi over 4, and x equals 3 pi over 4. Okay? Well, as you can tell, this is going to repeat every half a pi. So it'd be pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, add another half, you get 5 pi over 4, add another half, you get 7 pi over 4. However, since all 4 of these appear over here, we only have to write them once, and there's my answers.